So this above me here is a cottonwood tree. This is like a sycamore. It's also one of those self-trimming trees. As you can see over here, actually, that one branch is balanced on the other, so that broke off from the tree. And if you were to sleep under that and a big windstorm came through, that could very easily fall on you and, you know, crack your skull or break a bone. So usually you don't want to sleep under the cottonwoods or the sycamores because of that factor. You can see a few more other dead limbs here. Like here's one coming down off this guy. You can tell them because they don't have the leaves. They look, you know, they've lost their bark. It's just the bare wood. Like this guy, I mean, he's got tons on this branch that could come down at any moment. So be very careful in selecting your camp spots. But something that is wonderful about the cottonwoods, so we kind of come down here to give you an idea of what this bark looks like. It's very thick, very scaled. These deep, as the older they are, the deeper the fissures are. You can see here the base of the trunk. But as we come down, these roots, you can use the wood in the roots for fire sets material, particularly fire boards. It works really good on. So this is something to be looking for if you're looking for fire set material, is especially where these embankments get washed out from the floods and the roots become exposed. You can use the chunks, kind of cut off a chunk and use it for fireboards. Something else that's really awesome with the cottonwoods, I don't see any around, but the tinder that we use a lot of times is from the inner bark of the cottonwood tree. So underneath this thick scaly bark is, yeah, I'm not seeing any, is this really fibrous-y material, and it makes phenomenal tinder. Oh, here we go. Here's some right here. So this right here is the inner bark of a cottonwood, and this is what you can find it in huge long strands, sometimes up to feet long. And you just peel it off. You would peel off the outer thicker stuff so you end up with just the fibrous-y, and then you can make your tinder bundles from that. Though be very careful when you are gathering, because the scorpions, the bark scorpions, will live in that perfect spot where this soft tinder is. And so you want to, you know, if you can, get a stick or your knife or something and pry the bark down so you're not reaching your hand blindly in there to gather the tinder and don't get stung accidentally by a scorpion. The other kind of tree that works good for tinder is actually this juniper tree here. You can peel off strips of the bark. It's kind of a little thicker outside, but the inner is kind of similar to the cottonwood, and so you can peel it off in strips and get some of that softer tinder underneath. Just be careful you don't strip too much or down to the bare wood, because then you've now opened the tree up for disease, and that would be really sad if we killed a tree trying to gather our tinder for our fire set.